Florence Nightingale has been brought back to life. For the first time, a museum dedicated to her work launched 2 years after her 200th birthday because of the pandemic. Though in that time, of course, her stories only become more relevant. This was the journey out to Crimea.
It was.
Taking visitors back to the battlefields of the 1850s, where a few hundred voluntary nurses worked out that many thousands of soldiers were dying not from war, but from dirt.
This is where she realised that when she was nursing the sick and the wounded, that more of the soldiers were dying from preventable diseases than their battle wounds. And she started collecting data and statistics on that for the mortality rates month by month and the causes.
Another room here shows how Nightingale took her pioneering case for hygiene back to Britain, using new and highly persuasive techniques.
So these blue wedges are the important ones to look at, and they are the ones that are deaths caused by preventable diseases.
These graphs sparked a healthcare revolution.
We see infographics and data visualizations now every single day, and we've seen so many of them through the COVID pandemic. They remain such a powerful way to communicate information, and I just think it's amazing that the principles that Florence Nightingale stood for in the 1850s, data visualization, the use of data and evidence, are still just as relevant today.
A trailblazer for women as well, and the first female admitted to the Royal Statistical Society, despite what her confirmation letter said. Florence Nightingale is widely seen as the founder of modern nursing and someone who completely changed the way people thought about human health. Amongst many an enduring legacy was that simple message, wash your hands, something that saved countless lives this past 2 years. Director David Green says it's been worth the lockdown-induced delays.
Nightingale is certainly one of the most famous Victorian women in the world. Her very name is a benchmark for excellence in healthcare and in the fields of science. And so, really, telling her story was very important because it genuinely does act as an inspiration for others.
Opening its doors on what is also International Nurses' Day, a fitting tribute to an icon.